I ate his up. I cooked him. Now, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, he cooked me. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But what you stands is not gonna do it. What you saltines ain't gonna do is try to come here and be like, I didn't affect him. Stop it. Because that shows that y'all ain't real hip hop fans.
Look at Eminem's life. Eminem's been sheltered his whole life with security. So Eminem probably got mad anxiety. He probably can't be by himself and walk through a mall. You can catch me at the most craziest gas station in any hood in America. If you're like, that you, Zeno? Somebody, yo, let me get a picture. Yeah.
Let me tell you, his fans, bro, his fans like him because he's white. They don't fuck with us. Let me try to make fuck Eminem. I dusted Eminem. Rap Elvis, bitch. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2025, and Benzino is still out here beating the same tired drum, trying to lure Eminem into a response he's never gonna get. Eminem hasn't dropped a single word about him since Doomsday Part 2, but that hasn't stopped Zeno from running his mouth like it's still the early 2000s. This time, he's out here claiming that Eminem used him for clout, saying their old beef is what gave him his street cred and made him look controversial, raw, and real. Now sure, that feud did light up the headlines back in the day, but let's keep it all the way real. Eminem cooked up the sauce, buried him with nail in the coffin, dropped 8 Mile, snagged an Oscar, and then went on to run the entire 2000s rap game. Meanwhile, Benzino lost the source, lost the streets, lost the culture, and somehow still thinks he's the main character in this story. And while Eminem stays ice cold and unbothered, ignoring every bark that comes his way, you already know who couldn't resist stepping in. M's ride or die, 50 Cent. 50 slid right onto Instagram to roast Benzino for the whole world to see, and now the two are trading shots online while M is probably somewhere sipping coffee, pen in hand, and laughing his head off.
Posting it right, and I'm like, this nigga really, he really fuck with Zeno, huh? I mean, what you should be doing, Kurt, is explaining to little Bruce Leroy while Sleeves and Diddy and a bunch of niggas was slutting the rap. I think you're gonna have to owe him an explanation when he gets older. Don't act like we ain't see you on the beach with your Bugs Bunny T-plate, with the camera taking pictures, yeah. You was in your feelings, huh? Nah, Curtis, it's not a good look. But I tell you what, though. The boxing challenge still there, Curtis, for the celebrity. I'm down to make a couple of M's. I'll go 3 rounds with your goofy ass. That's #1.
Now let's break down exactly what Benzino said, how 50 Cent turned it into a viral circus, and why Eminem's silence might be the most savage diss of all. So here's what went down. Benzino dropped a brand new freestyle and the internet wasted 0 time roasting him. People are saying it's not just bad, it's the hottest track in the senior citizen community. And you already know Curtis 50 Cent Jackson was never gonna let that slide. 50 jumped on his X account, posted a clip of Zeno's track, and hit it with the most brutal caption. Yo, this is the worst thing I heard all year. The hell is wrong with him? He's 60 years old, bro. Nah, this ain't it. Ouch, that right there had the comment section in tears. But Benzino, he took the bait instantly. He fired back by throwing shade at 50's baby mama Daphne over her alleged ties to Diddy, and then had the nerve to challenge 50 to a boxing match. Yeah.
Look at Eminem's life. Eminem's been sheltered his whole life with security. So Eminem probably got mad anxiety. He probably can't be by himself and walk through a mall. Of course, I'm sure he would get mobbed, but just feeling safe. Like, his whole life he's been
This is in Boston or something like that. How did everybody feel about that?
Nobody paid attention to that.
Right.
Eminem did not grow up gangster, and Eminem knows that.
Benzino clearly woke up choosing chaos. And if you're wondering why 50 even spends time roasting him, it's simple. Loyalty. One thing about 50 Cent, he rides for his people till the wheels fall off, and sitting right at the top of that loyalty list, Eminem, the man who took a chance on 50 when the whole industry was treating him like damaged goods.
Against Eminem. Got nothing against Eminem. Eminem can rap, but I care about us more. I don't want to go through, I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want, for 22 years, every time I do an interview, they ask me about Eminem. The fuck you want me to do? Come on, man. My daughter came into the industry figuring that, hey, I gotta be cool with Eminem because everybody's against my dad. You think this shit is fucking cool? Oh, man. We're failing as a people. I don't hate Eminem. I don't know him to hate him. I don't hate white people. Tired of this shit, man. It's just too much. I don't want to be the bad guy. I got an 8-year-old son that I dropped off at school this morning. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm all right. I don't want my DMs filled with, I've had 9 pages knocked down, 1 million. White people think, I love all people. Come on, man. All me and Eminem got to do is sit down and talk with each other. Let's sit down and talk. Let's battle. Let's do whatever. But let's at least face to face meet each other.
If that was to happen, would you give him a 5?
Fuck it, man. I'd hug him.
Back in the early 2000s, when Benzino decided to come for Eminem, he unknowingly stamped himself as a permanent enemy in 50 Cent's book. And now, 2 decades later, Zeno's at it again, trying to stir the pot by calling Eminem sheltered and claiming the only way M steps outside is if he's surrounded by security. Meanwhile, Benzino brags that he can roam anywhere solo without a single problem. Sure, he's right about one thing, Eminem never grew up gangster, but here's the thing, M has never claimed he did. So Zeno's whole argument is basically shooting blanks, and here's where it gets messy.
Paul Rosenberg or Rosenthal. Who's calling? It's Benzino. Hello? Yeah, who's this? Paul. Yeah, Paul's Benzino. How you doing, man? I'm not doing too good. I mean, you know, Steve told me that you want to talk to me, so I'm calling back. Yeah, I spoke to. He sounds like a little whiny little bitch that you know what I'm saying, that stays behind security and stays in the studio and blocked away from society, that he can say whatever he wants. You see, I'm not that fucking dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that dude, man, about Boston niggas extorting Dave and everything. What type of shit is that? The real extortion is him extorting hip-hop from fucking dumb streets. That's the real extortion here. You knew what he was gonna do. You knew the songs. You know what he said about me. You know the conversations he had with Fat Chuck. You know all this shit. No. You should have these peaceful conversations with him. Listen, the only thing that I knew, that if you can't turn this into a thing against me, you and I don't have a problem. Oh, I don't. This isn't. You're a part. Listen, you manage Elvis. You're a part of him. You're a part of him. You're just as much of a part of him. You run Shady Records. You're a part of him. You're a part of that movement. Don't you think it's out of hand already? Well, you know what? I didn't want it to happen in the first place. I spoke to Dave after I heard about the first record, and I was like, Dave, what's up? Why, where's this coming from? And he was like, he's got some things he wanted to get off his chest. And, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, is the call, like, what's the call for? Like, I mean, he's already dropped his record. Like, you guys made your move, so what is really the call for? Oh, I just wanted to see if there's any way that, we can make peace of the situation. I don't want it to get out of hand.
Benzino is out here taking fresh shots at M like it's brand new beef, but rewind to just last year on Drink Champs. This man was literally in tears talking about Eminem. Not only that, he was begging, yes, begging, for M to meet him face to face so they could finally squash everything. Fast forward to today, and Benzino is right back on his nonsense, trolling both Eminem and 50 Cent like the last 20 years never happened. But to really get why this beef still burns, we gotta rewind to 2002. Eminem had just dropped his 4th studio album, The Eminem Show, a cultural juggernaut. The Source magazine slapped it with 4 mics out of 5, but M felt it deserved a perfect score. So he started throwing shots at The Source and its co-founder, you guessed it, Benzino.
In the shower, what the fuck does he want me to do, man?
All right,
That's
sir.
crazy, man. So we're leaving. Okay.
Is there anything else in this room?
There's somebody else in the shower. You want to go talk to him?
Okay. Now, granted, if we was white, it never would have happened. We know this. Right. If we was white, would have you knocked on the door like that? I need that. If we was white, you wouldn't be doing this. If we was white, you can best believe none of this would be happening. This wouldn't be happening at all. If we was a white couple, John and Bill Summerfield, this would not be happening. If we was a white couple, John and Bill, we all know what they think, but no matter what we're wearing, no matter who's our partner. So, John and Bill,
M was convinced the snub had nothing to do with music and everything to do with skin color, believing Benzino couldn't stomach the idea of a white rapper dominating the culture. That's when the gloves came off. Benzino fired back, labeling M a culture vulture and the 2003 Vanilla Ice. Then came his diss track, Pull Up Your Skirt, where Zeno went all in, claiming M's race was the only reason for his fame, rapping, 5 shades darker, you'd be cannabis and no one would care about your complicated rhyme style. What you know about pumping on the block till you freeze. What you know about cutting up rocks stuck in detectives. What you know about facing a grand jury indictment. As far as I'm concerned, you're just industry excitement. Later on, Benzino tried to clean things up at least a little, telling MTV that he didn't have beef with Eminem personally, but with The Machine, and what he called a double standard in hip-hop. According to Zeno, certain media outlets treated Eminem like some kind of savior, crowning him the #1 in the game while ignoring the very people who built hip-hop from the ground up. In his words, Eminem is just the hood ornament for The Machine. You think I could grab my crotch and put my ass in people's faces the way he does? No way. But as long as the color of his skin and his eyes fits what America wants, it's all right. And just to twist the knife on Pull Up Your Skirt, Benzino even accused M of running to his manager and begging him to handle the beef for him. But Eminem didn't just deny it, he came back swinging with not 1, not 2, but 4 diss tracks all aimed straight at Benzino's neck. Zeno, refusing to bow out, dropped Die Another Day. And this time he tried to get extra messy. He included a recorded phone call between himself and Eminem's manager, Paul Rosenberg, hoping to prove his point. But Benzino didn't just keep the shots on wax, he crossed a line that had everybody talking. He brought up Eminem's daughter, Haley, and not in a passing mention, he openly threatened her, dropping one of the most disturbing lines in their entire feud. On his track Die Another Day, Benzino rapped, "Tell Haley it ain't safe no more. Daddy better watch your back at the candy store. You messed up, resort to Plan BF around, and she end up like JonBenet Ramsey." For those who don't know, JonBenet was a young American beauty queen whose life was tragically cut short at the age of 6. Comparing Haley to that case, that was beyond disrespect. It was ice cold. When the backlash hit, Zeno doubled down, claiming he was just giving M a taste of his own medicine because Eminem had previously mentioned Benzino's son, Ray Ray, on the sauce, rapping, "Here's a poster of Ray Ray and his dad. You want to talk about something you don't know about? Yeah, let's talk about how you're putting your own son out there to try to eat off him because you missed your boat." Yes, it's true Eminem mentioned Benzino's kid first, but here's the difference. M wasn't threatening Ray Ray's life. He was calling out Benzino's parenting, accusing him of chasing clout by dragging his son into the spotlight. Like when Zeno dropped Shine Like My Son, featuring a then 7-year-old Ray Ray. That's a world away from what Benzino did, flat out threatening Haley when she was only 7. Still, Benzino refused to back down. In an MTV interview, he doubled down on his mission, claiming it was his duty to expose what he saw as a racial double standard in hip-hop. According to Zeno, Eminem got a free pass to make songs black and Latino artists could never get away with. Eminem gets to talk about his issues and his pain, killing his mother, beating his girl, drugs, Benzino said. We have to rock the party to get spins and burn on the radio. We have to entertain more than expose our true issues. When black and Latino people tried to give our pain on there, we couldn't get burned. The machine doesn't want our pain to be out there. Eventually, years later in 2012, Benzino told Global Grind TV he was sorry for the things he said about Haley. But by then, the damage to his image was already cemented. The feud between Eminem and Benzino just kept getting nastier, and even Benzino eventually admitted he crossed the line. I can take responsibility for some of the stuff I said about his family, he told interviewers. Really personal shots. It was out of order. But admitting it didn't mean letting it go. In 2018, Zeno threw gas back on the fire, calling Eminem's Revival album trash and clowning M's fan base. He went online and wrote, "Can somebody tell these weirdo M fans that in this culture of hip-hop, they are the subculture?" Meaning nobody gives a flying care about anything they have to say when it comes to him. Right now, the album is trash, so take the L and move on. Then, in February 2021, Benzino upped the antics, publicly challenging Eminem and Royce da 5'9" to a boxing match. "I would step in the ring with any of them. I'm in great shape, and I would love to. I've started training boxing. I'd like to step in the ring with Royce or Eminem," he boasted. M's response? Silence. And when that didn't work, February 2022 brought yet another attempt. This time, Benzino tried to discredit Eminem's street appeal by claiming, "No one in my hood ever listened to his music." When a social media user dared Benzino to say all that to Eminem's face, Zeno didn't back down, he doubled up. Tagging M directly, he wrote, I'll say it to his face, but he's a scared coward, P-word, just like his fan base. From there, it spiraled fast. Zeno fired off a string of since-deleted posts, tearing into Eminem's fans and even dropping his own restaurant's address, daring them to show up. To all you stans, we all know y'all are the corniest, most nonviolent, coward fan base hip-hop has ever seen. I have a restaurant in Atlanta, 5071 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, Chamblee, Georgia. Stop tweeting and pull up on me, P-word, he posted, and he wasn't done. In another post, he raged, I've been left this alone, but since the coward-ass stans still want to talk and hide, then it's still F Eminem. If you got a problem with me, do something about it. Nothing you've ever said has affected me in any way. I know how to fight. Still got big sticks, so pull up. It was a full-on online meltdown, and Eminem still silent. But fast forward to 2024, and Marshall finally gave Benzino the moment he'd been begging for. On Doomsday Part 2, M unloaded, taking shots not only at Benzino, but also at his daughter, Coi Leray. That track marked the first time in years Eminem addressed Benzino head-on, and he came out swinging. On Doomsday Part 2, M spit, what is the opposite of Benzino? A giraffe. Go at his neck. How the hell can I go at something he doesn't have? Savage. He didn't stop there. Eminem dragged Benzino's finances and even threw shade at his sexuality, referencing long-circulated rumors that Zeno was on the DL after allegedly being spotted with a male companion while police escorted him out of a Red Roof Inn. And then, M turned his aim at Benzino's daughter, Coi Leray, dropping the line, guess that Coi Leray features in the toilet. The shots were loud and Benzino wasted no time firing back, not with one but two diss tracks, Toos and Rap Elvis. Even though he went all in, Eminem didn't bite. No statements, no follow-up verses, nothing. He said his piece and left the building, and that, ironically, is what seems to sting Benzino the most. He was counting on a back-and-forth war, but instead he's stuck swinging at 50 Cent while M stays unbothered. So now, it's your turn. Does Benzino actually have a point about Eminem being a culture vulture, or is he just mad because he can't take him down? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.